it's time to check Module 1, Lesson 19's problem set. Label the array, then fill in the blanks to make true number sentences. So A says 36 divided by 3 equals something, but we're going to use a distributive property to help us solve these. So let's look in the shaded circles. Here we see rows of 3. So 30 divided by 3 equals, well, how many rows of 3 do we have? Correct, we have 10 rows of 3. Now we're going to look at the unshaded below the line where we have 6 total circles. And of course, there are 3 in each row. But how many rows do we have? Super, we have 2 rows. So 36 divided by 3 equals 30 divided by 3 plus 6 divided by 3. So we got 10 from 30 divided by 3. And 6 divided by 3 is 2, so that is where we get that. 10 plus 2 equals 12, so 36 divided by 3 equals, right, 12. Now let's move over to B. 25 divided by 5. Now we're going to look at these shaded in circles above the dotted line. Here we see 20 gray circles. And we see that we have 5 in each row. But how many rows do we have? Right, we have 4 rows. Now let's look at the 5 circles below the line. We have the 5 circles. How many rows do we have? That's right, we have 1 row. So 5 divided by 5 equals 1. So 25 divided by 5 equals 20 divided by 5. Plus 5 divided by 5. So here we see 20 divided by 5 equals 4. That's where we got the 4 from. And 5 divided by 5 equals, well, we see that right up here. What does that equal? 1. Super. So 4 plus 1 equals, that's right, 5. So we're going to say 25 divided by 5 equals 5. Time to move to C. 28 divided by 4. Okay, let's look at our array and look at the shaded circles above the dotted line. Here we see 20 shaded circles, and we see each row has 4 circles. That's where we get this 4 from. 4 in each row. How many rows do we have? Super! We have 5 rows. Now, look under that dotted line. How many total circles do we have? Right, we have 8 total circles. Again, and there's 4 in each row. That's where we get the 4. How many rows do we have? 2. That's right. So 28 divided by 4 equals 20 divided by 4 plus 8 divided by 4. And 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Awesome. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. You are super smart. So what does 5 plus 2 equal? That's right. It equals 7. So 28 divided by 4 equals 7. Yay! All right, let's move to D. 32 divided by 4. Okay, so now we're going to look at the array. We're going to look at everything above that dotted line, and we see shaded circles. How many shaded circles do we have? Right, we have 20 shaded circles, and our circles are in rows of 4. That's where we get this 4 from. Now, how many rows of 4 do we have? That's right, we have 5 rows of 4. Now, let's look below the dotted line. How many circles do we have? Super, we have 12 circles. Again, we have rows of 4. How many rows of 4 do we have? Yes, we have 3 rows of 4. So 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So 32 divided by 4 equals 20 divided by 4, because that is what we had above the dotted line. And then we had 12 divided by 4 below the dotted line. And when we solved 20 divided by 4, we had 5. And then when we solved 12 divided by 4, we had 3. So 5 plus 3 equals 8. So 32 divided by 4 equals 8. Super thinking. Okay, now it's time to turn the page. Match the equal expressions. All right, so 24 divided by 2. So I would break apart 24 probably by, let's see, does 30 and 6 equal 24 from this first one? No, 30 plus 6 does not equal 24. That equals 36. So it can't be that one. Well, let's look at our second beach ball. 30 plus 9. Does that equal 24? No, 30 plus 9 equals 39. Now let's look at the third beach ball. 20 plus 6. Does that equal 24? Nope. How about 20 plus 4? Does that equal 24? Yes, it does. So I'm going to match that. And I'm getting those numbers by looking at the first number in each parenthesis. So 20 and 4 equals 24. All right, so now let's look at this one. The second bucket and shovel. We're looking for 36 divided by 3. Ooh, look at this first beach ball. I see 30 plus 6. Is that 36? It absolutely is. So we can match that. Easy peasy. All right, the next one. 39 divided by 3. Which beach ball, when we add the first number in each parenthesis, equals 39? That's right, the second beach ball. Now let's just double check our work to make sure that this third beach ball equals 26. So we have 26 here. Does 20 and 6 equal 26? It sure does. I'm going to go ahead and match it. Okay, number 3. Nell draws the array below to find the answers to 24 divided by 2. Explain Nell's strategy. All right, so here I'm going to look at above the line, and I see I have 12 total circles, and I'm going to divide it by rows of 2, right? Because each row has 2 in it, and that equals 6 rows. I'm sorry, I misstated. So we have 2 in each row, and we have 6 rows. So now let's look at this bottom one. How many circles do we have? Right, we have 12. And how many are in each row? Right, 2. And how many rows do we have? 6. Oh, it's the same. So let's explain Nell's strategy. Nell breaks apart 24 into 6 twos and 6 twos, because we had 2 groups of 6, which equals 12. She does 12 divided by 2 for both parts and adds the answer to get 24 divided by 2. Oops, that's a little sloppy. Sorry about that. And 24 divided by 2 equals what? 12. Yeah, 6 plus 6 equals 12. Or 24 divided by 2 equals 12. Now it's time for you to press pause, complete your exit ticket, and once you're done, press play so you can check your work. Okay, exit ticket. Complete the equation below to solve 22 divided by 2. So we have 20 divided by 2. So we have 20 all together above the dotted line. All these shaded squares equal 20. And each row has 2 in it. So we need to figure out how many rows there are. Right, there are 10. Now below the dotted line, how many total squares do we have? Right, we have 2. and they're in a row of 2. So how many rows do we have? Right, 1. So 2 divided by 2 equals 1. So 22 equals 20 divided by 2 plus 2 divided by 2. Now 20 divided by 2 we said equals 10. And 2 divided by 2 equals what? 1. What's 10 plus 1? Right, that's 11. So 22 divided by 2 equals what? That's right, it equals 11. Super job, 3rd grade. Don't forget to do your homework pages and submit.